In this episode, our Ken Faught hits the trails with adventurer Chase Gardner to explore the Rocky Mountains in stunning Colorado. We also introduce you to some cool products and test Beta's unique Xtrainer dirt bike. It's all coming up next on Off-Road Travel TV.
Off-Road Travel TV, presented by Beta, the official motorcycle of Off-Road Travel TV. MX and off-road tours, adventure done right. Overland Expo, the world's premier event series for adventure travel enthusiasts. And by Soda Jerk, vodka done right. Pour, shoot, repeat.
We simply can't get enough of guided dirt bike tours, and we enjoy them as much as possible. Our Ken Faught recently joined Dual Sport Utah on a 3-day ride in Moab. Ken met up with a group of friends from Michigan who do a different organized tour every year.
On this adventure, I'm joining a group of friends from Michigan who I've never met before, who share the same passion for riding that I have. These are friends who have actually been riding together for decades and want to explore as much of the country as possible. For me, this is my second tour in Moab with Jim Ryan and his tour company, Dual Sport Utah, and every ride is a little different.
Dual Sport Utah is a tour operation, renting motorcycles, doing tours in the backcountry, surrounding areas around Moab, taking people through some of the majestic canyons and views that some people see as a bucket list, as a once-in-a-lifetime. And Moab is not a once-in-a-lifetime type of place to come visit.
Utah is one of my top 5 places to explore, and I try to find every excuse I can to go back. To me, Moab is unique because of its interesting landscapes that include towering rock formations, sweeping desert vistas, and an atmosphere that ignites the spirit of exploration. It's also a perfect place for dual sport bikes because of their overall size and performance.
I love organized tours. I mean, you don't really have to worry about anything. Everything's pretty set up for you. You have a tour guide. You don't have to worry about getting lost or wondering where to go or where's the best trails or the not so good trails. Organized tours are awesome. You have the food made for you. Good place to stay. It's awesome. It's perfect.
I brought along Travis Arquette because he's one of those guys that has literally been there, done that. This is his second time riding with me in Moab, and to look at his experiences and to see everything that he's enjoying, you know, really makes me happy because I want to be able to push him, and he's one of the best guys at pushing me. We have this expression, and it's that you can't do epic things with average people, and Travis is definitely not average.
Riding in Moab's got to be one of the best places I've ever ridden. It's really cool. It's got the diversity of terrain, the diversity of weather. 1 minute we're riding through creek beds and we're dodging each other with rocks underwater and it's slipping everywhere. And the next minute we're up on these high-rise overlooks. It's an amazing place that I would really recommend everybody see. It's my favorite spot to ride.
One of the things I like most about Moab is the diverse terrain. In this thing, we've ridden basic desert climate. We've gone up and down in elevation. We've seen all kinds of amazing canyons, huge vistas, just absolutely stunning stuff.
I think we can all agree that one of the funniest moments on the trip was when one of the guys went up this uphill. He lost his balance, but the funny part was that he tumbled down the hill, ricocheted off this other guy. I think it might have been his cousin actually. Dominoed down. That guy fell into the water. It was pretty good.
Riding creeks was one of the highlights for this trip because I don't get to do it an awful lot. You really had to be focused though, because if your front wheel deflected off a rock and you wound up going down, the penalty was going to be huge. You're going to be absolutely freezing the entire day and it wouldn't be a whole lot of fun.
After riding all day long on these amazing trails, getting all this diverse terrain, we were absolutely stunned when we come up to this spot that was this big canyon that was a horseshoe and this river down below. We had to have been a couple thousand feet up. The overlook was amazing. The riding to get there was amazing. Everything about this whole trip has just been one of the highlights of my life, really.
A couple years ago, Travis got me into paramotor flying. I'm a regular pilot, and with this, you know, I spent the money to be able to go out, got the formal training and stuff, and Travis brought his paramotor up to Moab. And to be able to watch him and to see him, you know, have such a diversity throughout the day. Started off one day paramotoring in the morning, an hour later he's on the trails riding dirt bikes. It doesn't get much better than that.
Moab is just an absolute melting pot of terrain, and that's one of the best things that I love about it. One minute we're driving through all these canyons with water, and next we're on 2-track and we're zooming along at about 60 miles an hour. But then the real fun starts when we get to the technical terrain. That's when you're in first gear, you're hopping rocks, guys are wiping out left and right, things are flying all over the place. It's absolute mayhem. I love it. Everybody loves it. I really think it's the funniest time, and it's also the best time.
I was also fortunate enough to meet up with Ben Burr, who's the executive director of the Blue Ribbon Coalition. He drove 8 hours to kind of go over with us how they use attorneys to be able to fight, to be able to save our public lands.
The Blue Ribbon Coalition is the one organization that is going to go the distance to keep your public lands open. That means fighting in court, fighting in the halls of Congress, and working every day with land managers to adopt policies to keep our public lands open. And we do this for every user group. If you're a dirt biker, if you're a jeeper, if you're an overlander, if you just want to go camp out of your car, if you're a snowmobiler, if you are on a boat in Lake Powell, we are fighting for everybody to be able to go and access these experiences. The Blue Ribbon Coalition works through advocacy, lobbying, and litigation to make sure that public land managers are adopting the very best policies to make it possible for you to be able to recreate on your public land. We are the only organization that is going to go the distance and fight in court all the way up to the Supreme Court to keep all these public lands open for you to be able to enjoy.
Meeting Ben in Moab has been very important for our team because the area has been under attack for several years. If you enjoy off-roading, we encourage you to join Blue Ribbon Coalition. And no, this is not a paid endorsement, but this is just a real public announcement.
Motorcycle chains are a high-wear item that must be maintained properly, otherwise it can lead to expensive problems. Lack of chain maintenance can shorten the life of a chain and sprockets, along with increasing the chances of a snap chain breaking the actual motorcycle cases. Our team uses this Motool off-road chain care kit, which costs about $35 and is good for X-ring, O-ring, and standard roller chains. This kit includes an aerosol can of C1 chain cleaner, C3 off-road chain lubricant, double-sided chain brush, and a pair of nitrile gloves made by Motool. It's fast and easy to use, and the kit comes with everything you need. We got all of our supplies from Revzilla.com since they offer fast shipping and carry a wide range of products for motorcycles, ATVs, and UTVs. For more information, check out offroadtraveltv.com. We'll see you out on the trail.
One of our most colorful adventures our team has ever joined was with Chase Gardner, who normally travels solo. His photos and videos have garnered him a lot of attention on the internet and made him somewhat of a hero in the overland community. Our Ken Faught recently went off-grid with Chase and a few friends and had an unforgettable experience.
As a professional photographer for over 30 years, I always find it fascinating to meet other people who've perfected unique niches of our craft. There are several things in particular that have intrigued me about Chase. The first is his nighttime artistry. His photos and videos are stunning and evoke a lot of emotion. The second is the challenge of shooting himself as a subject. He has to drive to a location, set up a camera on a tripod, start rolling, and then be the one that is actually being photographed or videoed.
I would describe myself as adventure traveler addict, I guess. My family history, my grandfather's a photographer, but I've always just been interested in it since I was in high school. And then I pulled the trigger on a camera maybe, 7 or 8 years ago, decided I really liked astrophotography, and then that's kind of how I ended up getting into building that thing is I needed a truck to get me out to do crazy astro photos in the middle of nowhere, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
Content creators are a rare breed, and there are more journalists than ever before. To be good typically means you have to be unique and find your own look and feel to your imagery.
Astrophotography is pretty much photography of the night sky. Astronomy, combined with photography gets you astrophotography. So long exposures, you'll get time lapses where you see the Milky Way going across the sky. There's many different types of astrophotography, wide field, and like deep sky astrophotography. I typically focus on Milky Way, which is more wider field and incorporating the landscape. So that's a whole rabbit hole we could go down.
Chase, however, doesn't always travel alone. He spends 2 to 3 months each year with his girlfriend, Annalise Cherie, who shares his passion for adventure.
Traveling with Annalise is great. She's like the best passenger princess ever, and she also gets behind the wheel and takes over when I need her to. If I need to like fly the drone or get a certain shot. She's very new to the overland and off-road space, but she's fearless in those aspects. The truck isn't that easy to drive. She's jumped in, and I'm able to walk her through the process, and it's amazing having someone that's just as excited about doing it as I am.
It's like dating Indiana Jones, which I love. You never know what you're going to find, what you're going to stumble upon, what challenges you're going to face, but it's a pure adventure.
So this particular trip, we had 4 vehicles in total, 3 which had trailers, 2 of them quite large. So we were going to go somewhere very remote in the backcountry with, potentially bonus lines. So we were going to see how we did that, but there was going to be some technical wheeling. So we ended up dropping these trailers off and taking out the rigs that are capable without the trailers. And then Jesse, our master chef on this trip, brought his little off-road trailer up this whole trail, and we ended up going and finding probably one of the most beautiful campsites in this area that we're in, which I'm not going to tell you. But we ended up going and finding this amazing spot for Jesse to cook this amazing meal at.
Traveling with Chase has changed my life in a lot of ways, actually. I'm somebody that is always looking to learn. It's one of my favorite things, and traveling with Chase, he has just educated me so much on camping, public lands, overlanding, also camera stuff too. He's literally teaching me how to be a photographer as well, and it is so much fun.
I like to think I'm different than the average explorer in the sense that I'm usually trying to capture and recreate the feeling that I get during that moment and try to share it. So all of the content and photos and everything else like that, I'm trying to envision how I can recreate that in only a 2D aspect, right? Visual and audio, and that's really hard to do. So that's maybe where I'm a little bit different.
Shooting videos and photos with Chase is so much fun. It's just really exciting to see somebody's model of reality through the lens, like what they find to be cinematic and beautiful. I learned so much being with him and just sort of how he moves as a photographer, as a videographer, and also an overlander. He teaches me so many things that I find invaluable lessons and such great tools to carry with me into my future.
What I find the most rewarding about making this content and filming is when I get someone that messages me or even just leaves a comment that says, dude, you literally inspired me to get out there and stop thinking about, oh, if I have, because I do a lot of solo travel, so most people that message me or say like, thank you for showing me that it's possible to get out there by yourself. I don't have to wait for my friends, it's not as scary as like it may seem, but just hearing that I inspired someone to get out and experience the outdoors and take an adventure, take a trip, take a risk, those kind of things are just, I'm also very vocal about the risks I take in my own business and personal lives. And so being able to inspire someone else to do, you know, risk it for the biscuit or anything like that. No risk, no reward, that kind of stuff.
We've been riding in CD boots for a very long time, and they are among our favorites. CD builds boots with real protection, strong ankle support, and materials that hold up to years of use. They break in well, the buckles don't slip, and they give you the confidence to push harder, whether you're riding adventure bikes, dual sport, or moto. Next up, we've been running a Travoca Wriggle 45-liter fridge freezer. It's a good mid-size 12-volt dual-zone fridge freezer with plenty of room for longer trips, and it cools quickly without hammering your battery. With sturdy build quality and simple controls, the Wriggle series helps us tread further without breaking the bank. This last one's a bit of an oddball, but the Instant Privy has made its way into some of our rigs. It's a privacy shelter built into a hat to make changing or using their portable toilet a more personal experience. Setup is fast and it packs down just as quick. Their toilet in a backpack kit is $150 and it has everything you need to comfortably go in the woods. For more information, check out offroadtraveltv.com. We'll see you on the trail.
Italian motorcycle manufacturer Beta produces some of the most unique and interesting motorcycles, like the 250cc Xtrainer. This two-stroke powered machine is the #1 selling entry-level enduro bike in several countries because of the niche it fills.
The first time I rode the Cross Trainer was a few years ago in Park City, Utah, and I fell in love with it immediately. It's a 250cc two-stroke that has a compact chassis, 6-speed transmission, and race-inspired suspension for just $8,500. It receives a lot of its components from Beta's championship-winning competition models, and it's extremely intelligently designed. It's electric starting, weighs under 220 pounds, and has a tad more than 10 inches of travel front and rear. For this test, I brought Danny Carlson, Andre LaPlante, and Sylvia Houston. Danny is a former AMA Supercross racer and was a test rider for me for 10 years when I was editor-in-chief of Dirt Rider magazine. Andre and Sylvia are both riding instructors at Moto Ventures in Southern California and have lots of real-world experience with a wide variety of riders.
I feel some of the characteristics of this Beta that really stand out to me, of course, are the build quality, but really the way that they're designed, the looks, the frame. They've got this, steel frame versus most of the other manufacturers have an aluminum frame, and to me, they're really easy to work on, and again, just they look spectacular.
This bike is designed for enduro riding. It's not a racing level, but it's going to get you broken in and ready for great enduro riding all over the world.
So this bike is designed for lighter, smaller riders. That's their main customer base. But also, me personally, I have seen a lot of girls riding this bike, especially around my size, which is very inspiring, and I really do like that it's not just all horsepower and all height. It's for anybody really, but it's kind of more towards the entry level and shorter rider.
I'm about 5'8". Got about a 30-inch inseam, but to be honest, I feel like this bike was engineered for me. The suspension, the seat height, fit and finish, everything about this bike, even the power delivery, really suits a rider of my level, more of like an intermediate, a recreational rider, not necessarily a motocross racer.
The motor is designed very well. The gearing alone just sets the motor up from point A to point B. You can go right through the gears, and you have no hesitation no matter where you go. If you shift it early and you're lugging the bike, it's got enough power to suit you where you need to go, or you can over rev it. So this bike likes the mid-range. You can run this bike right in the middle of the power band and it's perfect. A slight lug is fine, and over revving is great as well. There's no bad part of this motor. It's got a wide range of where you want to sit, but if you sit right in the middle of the range is where your beef's going to be.
The Beta Xtrainer has got a really great transmission as well to complement the engine. 6-speed transmission. It's got a real broad gear ratio, so first gear is real low for single track and woods riding. Got a hydraulic clutch, so just one finger on the clutch is real smooth and really easy. And then, of course, it's got all the rest of the gears and up to 6 speeds. So if you're transferring from one course to another, if you're out on a long distance trail, you can get up into 6th gear and pick up your speed. But again, I think it's a real close ratio transmission, more for enduro racing.
The clutch and transmission on this bike is phenomenal. It's got a very easy pull, shifts well, never hit a false neutral, which is very good when you're on the single track. So they did a great job with the gearing.
This bike was really stable, mainly at low speed, because that's kind of how Andrea and I rode the bikes today. We didn't really get to like 6th gear, so I couldn't tell you for sure if it was stable at high speed, but this bike is designed for lower speed kind of enduro single track because of the shorter wheelbase. I'm sure it would be fine at higher speed, but it's really more designed for that lower speed type of riding.
The suspension on this bike is very, very plush. It's got a nice, soft beginning, yet it's not bottoming out on the little rollers we're going through on the single track, but soft enough where you can sit and get traction going up the hills.
The rest of the bike, with the brakes, the drivetrain, the tires on this bike, it's got the Mitas tires on it, which are kind of new to me, but they've actually worked out really well here in Southern California. The brakes work phenomenal. One finger on the front brake is all I need. The rear brake has got a really good feel for it. I use the rear brake quite a bit, and I feel the brakes and the drivetrain, the tires, everything matches this bike perfectly.
I feel like this bike is best used, again, towards single track riding, crossing logs, crossing rocks, nice low speed, almost like a giant trials bike or an enduro bike. I would definitely say this is more in that category.
The Xtrainer is one of my favorite bikes for a wide variety of reasons. First is the fact that it's attractive to a wide range of riders because of its overall size and design. Second is an $8,500 price point. And third, the fact that it's a 2-stroke and relatively easy to work on and maintain.
I feel like a lot of the other manufacturers are really missing out on this build. It's a great in-between bike. It's budget-friendly, user-friendly. Definitely not a race bike by any means. So some of these other manufacturers that are all about, race bikes and maybe not so much user-friendly, this is a great in-between. So Beta's really got the secret weapon here, secret sauce, let's say, and they've really hit the nail right on the head.
For more information, check out offroadtraveltv.com. We'll see you on the trail.